I start doing jumping jacks while they speak.
I didn't really stay around long.
Okay.
I don't know if we stayed around for more than 5-6 minutes. We were probably going to get roped into sousing some guy's goat from some evil trolls or something.
Trolls are bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, keep in mind that outside of the city of Gothic is literally all kinds of unexplored shit, I believe.
Are you feeling anything in particular, Governor?
Well, like I said,
We're not great support crew, but we're what you've got.
all right.
Do you know what the deal is with the wall of fire? Acting erratically.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's basically breaking down, getting worse. But
I think there was something about needing a new pattern.
that was the new pattern you just walked.
And so, not to be critical, but like that was the best that was the best that we have done.
The best we've done, as far as what? I don't know. Yeah, the whole wall breaking down thing. Don't know what's going on. Don't know how to fix it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Other things that I saw in my handy dandy watch, because I'm from, like the year 2000 and something. Did we want to try to do a little DNA donation in Hong Kong? Is that an easy-ish thing to do to help further study? Because Glenn, I think we're first cousins.
Awkward.
That way you can call her mommy sister.
Yikes. He's definitely great grandpa, timeline wise.
Right.
And then here's where you would say your line of time is relative. And then I would say
Time is relative.
Apparently so are we.
You try to feed him his lines, but he's just not helping out at all. You're just having to drag him from scene to scene. It's horrible. You guys sit there and stare at each other in your nest.
Is
No.
Is the handy show still off limits?
I feel like if it's quickish, is there a Clems in Hong Kong? Like, no.
I think only one person has a trump to get there.
Okay.
You guys sit there and stare at each other. It just shows like a clock in the background running fast.
Yeah, let's go exploring. Been wanting to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Inside the city or outside the city?
Outside the city.
Awesome. Okay. You guys go through one of the various city gates and stuff. They're not even checking documents and stuff. They just nod at you, remind you that, you know, the time where you can get free papers is still at hand and all that. And you go out. You've got several different directions you can go. To north, you see farmlands and such, and it looks like all the different homes there are kind of little mini fortresses and stuff, but except for the ones where they look close enough that if trouble breaks out, they can make a last ditch run for the walls. They get a little lazier there. Past that, you see forest, or you can over here, they got, looks like they're building a railroad track or have already built a good deal of railroad track heading northish. And there's signs that say that the railroad is going toward, or the railroad is under construction heading toward Bakersfield. Different direction is the coast, or offish westish is the coast road. That goes along the sea coast to the west. Or or there's an ocean. There's some shitty roads here and there. Then, of course, off to the east, you've got Highway 10, which looks like a pretty ripped up road. And, of course, there's a historic Route 66. And lastly, there's forest off in that direction over there. It looks like, yeah, those are pretty much your different options here.
There's two different forests.
One's farms, then it goes to forest. The other one goes straight to forest. Although they're working on lumberjacking the fuck out of it.
Lumberjack.
Okay.
All right, let's go try one in the forest.
You guys head over to the forest. The forest itself, you pass a bunch of different lumberjack people, and they wave at you, and they go, "You don't want to head that away," they say, indicating more north. "That goes into the old forest. It's bad there sometimes."
Oh.
Heard that sometimes people end up just getting lost in there because the trees are all twisty and dark and spooky and stuff. They end up getting lost there, and then fortunately, sometimes they make their way out. Sometimes they don't.
Does that way go to Shadow Spire Point?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
That's exactly where it goes.
We don't want to go that way.
And that way over there. Yeah.
Let's go to the other forest.
What's that?
Let's go to the other forest.
Right. You guys go back out of this forest because you don't want to go to the place you know as Fort Stupid, and go past the farms that were earlier described and into timbering forest. Here it looks like they're replanting trees when they chop them down and stuff, and they've got a sawmill that goes. So they're putting the big logs through, and then they got all kinds of different vehicles to try to haul them back to San Angeles and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's a logging camp.
Yep. Past that, it looks like it's easy hiking up into the mountains. And yeah, that's about it.
Check out the mountains.
In the mountains themselves, all that you really find in these mountains, they're Condor Mountains, is you get a wonderful view down onto San Angelo. So if you ever want to have a place to stand while watching it burn, this would be the place. Oh, by the way, if you ever get bored of checking this place out, I don't think anybody's ever explored, because you've explored parts of this, but I don't think anybody has done much exploring outside of not Gothic, it's Genovia. Most of that, I believe, is unexplored. But now that I'm thinking about this, because Scott's already been around a great deal of this, he's like, I know what's around here. Well, he's naming off towns further down the coast road. He knows about Shadow Spire Point and stuff. So that might be a better place to go exploring.
The only thing here would be the railroad. Never been to Bakersfield.
No problem.
But if you guys would rather go to Genovia, I haven't done anything there.
Ambivalent.
So should we just finish off here though? You're saying you've had one spot you haven't done before?
Yeah, we could go up the railroad and see what's up by Bakersfield.
Okay. Well, you discover as you're walking along the railroad and whatnot, it's going to cost you some money to because you're going to need food and stuff like that. But fortunately, there's an inn strategically placed at the end of every day's walk. So unless you were to loiter or something like that, and it looks like it's going to be about 15 silvers for each of you, and that'll walk you all the way to Bakersfield. It's about 3 days of easy hiking and whatnot. You discover that the railroad is more than half done to get to Bakersfield, but they're still working on it. Bakersfield itself it used to be a largish town, nothing really special, but then something bad happened to it. There's very few survivors, and the ones that are there are pretty much doing a lot of work camps and things like that, trying to rebuild this town. Looks like it suffered some sort of horrible, brutal attacks and stuff. Looks like they're also, in addition to a big farming community, they're also bringing in wood from the redwood forest, formerly a Sequoia National Forest, that is about the same distance as you traveled, what you're told, to the northeast of you.
How many days was that?
About 3 days getting here.
To make some rolls.
Yes, detect pattern and all that stuff. Go for it. 3 times 4 is 12. Oh, sorry, 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, so mark off an error 15 silver.
Okay.
4 days. Cool. Money bags. Glenn got close to getting a new power there.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my check.
Let's do 4 days each skill. So 8 total for the first, for the second.
Also, you're told that if you're wanting to go into Redwood Forest, that there's no inns and stuff. This is pretty much end of the line here. You might be able to find lumberjacks and stuff like that to, get you food and things like that. But they also say that there's been rumors of elves in the northern part of the redwood forest, and you should definitely not go that way. They are hostile. They're wild elves.
Okay.
Dust, if you have a... what's that hammer made out of, mister?
Huh?
Your hammer, what's it made out of?
Metal.
What kind of metal?
Metal?
It looks like iron to me. Is it iron?
Could be.
If it is, and you find any of those elves, you just smash them in the head with it. Iron burns the elves.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got a sword for the elves.
Good to know.
If it's cold iron, that's even better. But we don't have any refrigeration units around here.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are in some sort of work camp bar area. You're kind of back to what the Old West was before they started having women folk moving in, which is a lot of men standing around farting, drinking, and scratching themselves in multiple places at once. Dana looks thrilled to be here.
I like it so much.
You've muted yourself, Dana. You're on mute.
You missed the Glenn style sigh.
It's pretty horrible. But believe it or not, what made the West into a more amiable place is prostitution. I've studied a lot of fucking history, and prostitutes are what knocked it out of the work camp and stuff, because, yeah.
It's the civilizing force.
It was in the Old West, which is some bizarre shit. It's like, we need a whole bunch of whores, or we're going to be just crude as shit. Okay.
I do feel like specifically it didn't have to be prostitution. Like, that's what it was.
They made great money, though, apparently. It's like, I'm the only girl for miles. What I got, you need. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that,
I
Miss
need a
Daisy.
fumble card.
At that point, Alex Kinley explodes.
Yeah.
He does it just to spite you. Take a d6 damage on your hit points and d6 loss of magic points.
I won't bother with the D6 magic points.
Yeah, I understand. He goes, ow, I mildly hurt myself.
Ah, that sucks. I'll try and hear myself. Yay.
Yay. No problem. You guys are hanging out in Bakersfield and whatnot. There's all kinds of work and whatnot that they're wanting to have done. They also have a crew that's working on They've just started. They were started on making the railroad to the south, but then they had their crew all die. So now they're working on building up buildings and stuff like that.
The crew died. How?
Massive undead attack.
Ah, yeah.
And then the military came here and kicked their asses, and as they were marching toward San Angelo, sir. It's a nice hammer you got there. You interested in selling that? Says one guy.
No.
Oh. You interested in having it stolen?
No. I wouldn't
Okay.
suggest that.
He looks at your horns and penis armor, and he's like, I'm kidding.
Build some railroad with that.
It doesn't look like no railroad hammer, he says. All right. Well, so you guys have been to Bakersfield. Yeah, everybody take a card. Yay, Bakersfield. Yay. Look at the ruined buildings. Fortunately, it's not covered in bodies and shit anymore. They got rid of those a while back. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, Lich took them and stuff. It was a hard one to kill.
We could get some provisions and go into the forest.
I don't recommend it, mister. There's wild elves in there.
I understand.
Wild elves. They got bows and arrows, and they're masters of stealth. They'll shoot you, and you won't even see where it came from. Unless you stick close to lumbering operations, of course. I mean, they are always hiring guards up there for their lumbering. And I heard, but I'm not sure, they may be giving a bounty for left elf ears.
Just left ones.
Well, yeah,
Don't want to double count an elf.
right. Oh, my connection with the server's been interrupted. You bastard.
Alex, Glenn, do you have cards that you would like to dump?
Probably, I heard that there's a couple of villages of them, so there might be a couple hundred elves in there. That's a lot of silver. Oh, just think of what I could do with all that silver. Shows him doing a Scrooge McDuck, jumping off and going, my spine, it's not soft like water.
I'll dump a card.
Okay, I've got a dissemination for you if you want it.
Ooh,
Oh.
ooh.
Oh,
It's so weird sound effect.
thank you.
So now we need a little sound bites of the size, and then another secondary, top 40 song of the oh.
That'd be awesome. I would love for somebody to get all of Glenn's size or face palms and size or face palms and stuff and put them into just one long loop that anytime that you ever did anything to upset you, you could just put on the TV and just.
We could do it.
Feel free.
It's a doable thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot of work. I don't think nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that.
Okay,
What
so
do you guys think?
I mean, the old timers are pretty sure if you go in that forest, if you go past where the logging camps are, because they got some guards up there and stuff keep the elves away. But if you go past that, they'll be stalking you. Like deer or small children get stalked by pedos. I mean, by other deer or something, or by bobcats. Yeah, they'll be stalking you. They're so silent that nobody hears them. They'll come up right behind you and slit your throat, and the blood will fountain out. Happened to my brother Earl. And the guy goes, huh? Looks around. Shut up, Daryl. He got better.
Like there's nothing interesting in Bakersfield.
True. Everybody agrees. Sitting around the table with you.
I reckon.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody have any news of what's going on down there in St. Angeles?
I give him the newspaper.
He buys you a couple of drinks.
Thank you.
They sit around reading newspaper, and they're like, after this gets read, one of the guys goes up and starts reading out the news to everybody at the bar and stuff. And people are buying him drinks and stuff as he's doing it until he gets too drunk, and then they have somebody else start reading the news and all that. Yeah. Four days walking is quite a fucking ways. So are you guys just going to while away the rest of your lives here in Bakersfield, or did you want to go somewhere else?
Well, we can hit up Thing if we want to.
Don't go, says an old timer. It's too dangerous. He lashes on you. Don't do it.
I didn't say where we're going yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you were heading right to danger. Go ahead. He sits back down. I'll wait.
I was going to say...
Everybody leans forward at the table.
God damn it. We could go to the other place.
Kinleyville?
As long as it's not the elves, you should be safe up there.
The other place.
Is he talking about different elven place? Calm down, Earl. Calm down. Hey, you, pretty lady. We don't like your kind here. What? That's exactly the kind we don't like here. Shut the fuck up, Frank.
Frank's an idiot.
Thanks.
It's been a while since Frank's had anything, in his brain. So,
I'm so confused.
Frank, for talking like that, you got barrel duty tonight. God damn it, says Frank.
Barrel duty.
That's right.
Just getting more questions.
Frank doesn't look at all happy.
Really don't want to know.
So, you guys want to rent a room here?
What's that?
It's about 10 p.m. You guys have been sitting around drinking for a while. or closer to midnight. Actually, you've been drinking.
Yeah, I suppose I might stay the night.
No problem. It's only 1 silver for the room because they have tons of space in this town.
That's no problem.
Yeah. Would you each like your own room for 1 silver each, or do you want to just crack on with 1 room?
Yeah, we can do that.
Which?
Since I'm the only one with money, I feel
Right.
it's really up to me.
Right. Which are you going for?
1 room.
All right. You get a big one. No problem. You guys have got 3 beds. You're stuck forever with these fucking men.
Aha.
And I'll tell you what, it may sound really cool to wear armor all the time, but as soon as he takes it off, you see like evil smell spirits go and fly around.
Yes.
Another thing that I have to pretend to ignore.
It's like having full body feet odor, you know? It's not great.
Oh yeah.
Plus, he hasn't changed clothes in like a week of trekking through the woods and shit. You know,
We've been tracking. What would you expect?
yeah. For another 5 silver, you can get a bath pulled, and for 6 silver, they'll make it hot.
I like hot baths.
Bubble.
Do you have money?
Me?
Yeah.
I have gold from.
They're happy to take your gold.
Yeah.
You give them a gold? They give you back 60 silver of the new coin of the realm.
Yeah.
Make a note of it. Right. There's 1 hot bath in the room, and Alex is now squatting in it. And he has no modesty. I just want to let you know that. None at all.
Does not exist.
His armor's just piled up next to him. He's sitting naked in the bathtub, and for the big tip that he gave them, he's got a rubber duck there that is floating on the water.
Go practice some magic next to the tub
I summon a boy to come polish my armor.
and fumble.
Good money. I give him like 10 silver.
Holy Christ. 3 boys come in and begin working on your armor. One of them then takes your clothes, and he's like, do you want them burned or clean, mister?
Please.
He says, I'm not sure if they'll dissolve, but I'll try. He hurries off with them. It just shows him put the clothes in there, and it just shows dirt go break.
That kid must be the special one.
I'm gonna try and breathe as a spell without, a suitable environment for still breathing. I don't make it.
You see the duck is doing like flopping around in the water and stuff because it's being accosted by bubbles that are coming up from under it from somewhere.
I start gagging a little bit.
Would you like to be eating a carrot or drinking whiskey or both while you're in the bath there, Alex?
Oh, it's gonna be whiskey, isn't it?
All right, no problem. She shows him with a bottle of whiskey, and the water becomes black, and the kids are like bailing it out and putting in new water and stuff. And they change it a few times and whatnot, and they continue scrubbing on his armor. It's like, is my skin coming off from the acid? I don't understand.
That's right. Keep.
Right.
I
Child
fumbled
labor.
spell helper to try to help me not smell this.
Spell helper. Right. The smells of everything are massively intensified.
Oh no!
Everybody give me an endurance roll or go, "Bleh." Just, you're not sure what happened, but it's endurance or vomit, which will not help the smell.
I'm fine.
Good luck, everybody. Hey, we got Alex Kinley checking endurance.
Oh, even I have to make it.
Oh, yeah, because it's everybody's smells. All the smells.
It's my smell.
Part of it is, but the other people are not great either. I mean, because Glenn is not even nobody else is even interested in having a bath except you. Let's go with that.
You dirty.
We're just going back out exploring.
We're only gonna get dirty again. Says Glenn. You're like,
I don't think that's quite how it works.
Why do I have to make my bed if I'm just gonna get in the bed later?
right.
Solid argument.
Let me try reworking my thing. Is that
I made mine.
cool? Anybody vomit?
Yep.
No, I choke it back. It tastes like burning.
Cool. All right. So eventually, you guys, well, Alex gets cleaned up. You other two, unless you want to use his old dirty water that's now gotten room temperature, which is an option. The kids even ask you, anybody else want a bath? And you're like looking at it, and it's just like got the thick layer of scum floating on top.
Nope.
That's lucky water, that is.
It's lucky water.
We're gonna
Bottle
go
that
sell
up. Sell it in
Alright.
Kinleyville.
it. Oh my God! In Kinleyville, they would bottle it up and keep it. Right.
So, before we go back out in public, where did you want to go, Kinley? You were talking about going somewhere.
No. Like we said, we would. We've kind of explored the area around here, but we could go and explore some other areas, different areas.
Different zone.
The one I was thinking of.
Genovia.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
Might have to go in disguise though.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure.
Well, they haven't seen the penis armor to the best of my recollection. That's kind of a recent addition, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm still not sure if they.
And the horns, they haven't seen those. Just the face, pretty much, is your main worry. Unless the princess gets a look at your penis, in which case she'll know it was you.
That's true. So the information I received was wrong because I was told she was dead.
If she is dead. But nobody follows up on these. They hear wild rumors from people and assume that, of course, everything they hear is correct. These are the same people that believe, like, when they hear conspiracy theories and shit.
I will twist that around and make it an up one, please.
Oh, you bastard. Okay. Did you need that one, though?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's the last one I got, so something comes off of that.
Mm.
In fact, you told me everything I've got, something comes off of it.
That sounds dirty. All right, let's see. Detect power pattern. Do you already have lead a small group through shadow?
Yeah.
That's the one that you really want to get some crits on. Do you have explore shadow?
Explore shadow?
Yeah, that's off of lead a small group. I'm just curious as to how high you've gotten.
No, I haven't got. No.
Okay. Okay, from detect power pattern, your options, since you've already got lead a small group through shadow, do you have detect power pattern second time in a day?
No.
You could get that, or detect power chaos,
Yeah.
or analyze power pattern.
That might be a good one to have.
It's not bad. Although critting on leading a small group through shadow is the bee's knees.
Yeah, well, the trouble is doing that one's not easy.
Oh, it's super easy. Stop using clems, grab some poor wretch and drag him along with the party. You got
Yeah,
it.
but to go somewhere, it's
Right.
not wise to do it, isn't it? Unless you're going somewhere like Burlington. So, so it's just those options, is it?
Yep.
I think I'll go analyze power pattern.
Okay, I'll copy paste it.
Thank you.
Listening audience at home, analyze power pattern gives a vague idea of what it does. Example, energy and from the pattern is infused in the sword to make it tougher. To attempt this power, you must have an object powered by pattern. That's the problem with this one. So until you get something powered by pattern, then you can't even try this skill.
Oh, bollocks.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, a fumble indicates you can never attempt to analyze that object again. Barring a fumble result, this power can be used at will 1 time per day, objects only. But as soon as you get something that's powered by pattern, you can begin trying to analyze it over and over and over.
like the wall.
If the wall is powered by pattern, yes. Yes, you could. So, where do you go and how do you get there?
We go, I think we should go to Burlington and take an extra person with us.
There you go. If you hadn't already used your reverse dice, then that'd be even cooler. But you might still get lucky. So, who do you want to take with you then? Who would you like to kidnap to take to a different dimension? One of the kids? The slow kid?
Yeah, you're gonna make a good buck.
He says. Are we going on a trip?
Yeah.
Right. One of the guys offers to sell you the kid.
What?
Yeah. Hey, you know, if you want to become his new parental figure, how about you give me 20 silver and he's yours?
I'm not really into slavery, but
I didn't say he was a slave. He's not a slave, obviously. You're just adopting him for 20 silver.
yeah.
Kinley hands over some money. Kid goes, huh? He's not the brightest kid around.
You're mine now.
Okay.
Cool. I've got a pretend echo constant. Extra fifth man. That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
You know, this is a rough and tumble area. Plus, he's not very bright, so, you know, if you wanted one of the bright ones, he'd probably charge him a lot more. But this one, he's just eating.
Right.
Meanwhile, Sheila's thinking, how much could I get for my children?
Priceless.
Right.
Is
I thought she was going to say
worthless.
maybe 5 silvers.
Worthless.
Awkward.
No.
Awkward. All right, so Kinley's going to attempt to walk you guys through Shadow to get to Burlington. Would anybody like to say, oh no, we're all going to die?
I'm sure we're fine.
Oh, there you go. Kid's like, we're going for ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get you ice cream in Burlington if we make it there alive.
Okay.
Permanent ice cream.
Is my name still Craig?
It is for now.
Okay.
Well, people would probably go with you willingly in Kinleyville. Then they could just clumsy back.
Who are you people? Says the kid. He looks at Sheila. Are you my dad? Are you my mom? Who are you?
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Mom. He hugs her.
Well done. You have a new child.
What's your name, kiddo?
I guess it's Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Is it Greg or Craig? He looks confused.
It's Greg.
Hold on a minute. He goes, Craig.
Okay.
Yes, I've seen a song to remember his name.
Are we going now, Alex?
We're going now.
Hey.
And we're not going now.
For days you wander around. He's taking you through all kinds of woods and stuff. Your food supplies are starting to get dug into. You've been wandering for 2 days. Little Craig's eating all the kinds of food.
We just walked back to
Bastard.
San Angeles.
Unfortunately, he's like, no, we gotta go this other stupid way here. But yeah, in general direction, you're heading towards San Angeles, but you're not going anywhere yet. Would you like to try again after 2 more days there, Kinley?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You can do it eventually, or fumble and put you all into the roots of hell.
That's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. He continues walking you back toward Kinleyville.
I'm sure it was this way.
Or not Kinleyville,
This
sorry.
way.
Right, go ahead and give me one more shot at it, and then you'll be back in walking up to the Clems. He takes you on a meandering course. Yeah,
Where are the Clems?
you
Hey,
guys
that's fine.
eventually go to Clems. Mark off another, let's see, 20 times 4, 8. Mark off another gold piece, 10 silver, sir. It's in your money bags.
For what?
Staying in inns and stuff along the way so you didn't burn through all your food.
Okay. Done.
I think Scott's marking it off.
I don't know. I'll let him mark it off.
Okay. You don't have new currency though.
And the code.
They're like, we only accept new currency, sir.
Wow. Oh, wow. Shit. Looks like we're living off the land, people.
Go ahead and mark off the money. You guys arrive. It shows like scores of flies and shit around you too. Little pig pen dirt and stuff coming up.
6 more days.
There's no encounters, no random monsters. No, there's railroad workers and shit like that. There's a road that goes along it. You're not in hostile territory or anything. No monsters that need killing here. Why? It's patrolled by the army. And you're not wanted.
Right. Okay. Let us choose Clems and we'll set off towards Genovia.
You guys arrive back in Genovia after clemsing over there. It closes one tab, it opens another. And in Genovia, no problem. It looks like there, instead of the army you just saw, and almost the same positions you see, looks like the Westmead army with the anchor symbol. They're patrolling these streets and whatnot. And it looks like the people are doing okay under the peacekeeping forces, i.e. subjugation.
Right.
And you guys immediately pretty much just wander out of the city and such because you'd forgotten to put on disguise. But after getting taken over, it seems like they're looking for you a lot less than they used to be.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get supplies this time.
Right. No problem. Let's see. Genovia. Money.
Is Genovia changed enough for new tarot cards?
No, not yet. Does anybody have guilders and florins?
Nope.
No.
Cool. You can go to a bank or something to try to see if they'll take your money to give you guilders and florins because they use paper money here and some iron coins. Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that kid still with us?
Yeah. Or actually, no. He's back at Clem's. He looks at Clem. He's like, "Are you my new dad?" Clem's like, "Howdy, what can I do you for?" Kid keeps talking to Clem. Clem keeps going, "Howdy, what can I do you for?" Kid's like, "Are you dumb?"
Let's Clem's over to Burlington and get supplies, then come back.
Well, they don't have as good of trail rations there because you'd be buying canned food though, which is workable. So yeah, you head over there and buy a shitload of food and water and stuff like that, and come back. Nobody's wanting any guilders though, just in case you find something you're needing to buy.
Well, I don't want to go into a bank and see what they'll give us for.
Each gold coin, they will give you 300 guilders.
Right. What's okay? Before I change up, I'm going to look at general prices of things.
Certainly. Let's see. Armor is 150 guilders.
What?
Armor.
Oh, okay.
Revolvers, rifles. Let's see. How much are those? 30 guilders. Clothing, 18 guilders. Fancy clothing, 50 guilders. Backpack, 20 guilders. Spyglass with 15 times magnification, 6 guilders. Upright piano, 200 guilders.
Sure, I'll go and change up a gold coin for
Just buy a piano and force you guys to carry it while he continues playing.
I change up one gold coin and I go and buy rations. So
we're
fucked if we stay out for a while.
By the way, decent riding horse is 300 guilders. Good might be a little over 400 guilders. Pack horses are 50 guilders. So if you're wanting to get ready for a epically long trip, then you can get a riding horse and a couple pack horses and stuff.
No, it's just that if we start doing bubble map stuff, I don't want to be like, you're running out of food, you're going to suffer, you're going to die, you're going to.
Mm-hmm. If you had a horse and 2 pack horses, then I'm not worried about the other 2. They can run alongside of you, and you can kick them occasionally if they get too close to the horse.
Well,
buy a pack horse and some supplies so we can lead it along. So we're not.
Sure, 50 guilders for a pack horse.
Got some Burlington food.
Yeah. But he's wanting to buy more food and stock up, apparently. He's not wanting to get stuck out in there. Food and water for traveling is 4 guilders per day.
Okay.
And with pack horses, you can buy many days worth of.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to actually know how to take care of the horses and stuff like that, which I'm assuming you have animal handling. Or you could hire somebody who does animal handling to go with you.
I do have animal handling horse.
Perfect.
I like horses.
Can everybody in this party actually ride? If everybody can actually ride, you could go, assuming you also have riding horses, you go faster than a slow walk. No?
I'm good at riding horses.
So 2 of the 3 of you are good at riding horses. You could make him continue to ride until he eventually gets better, I guess. Torture his ass a bit. Riding horses or no riding horses?
You can go slow. We're exploring.
I will ride a horse slowly.
Mm-hmm. It's 300 guilder for a decent riding horse, 400 guilder for a good riding horse. Each gold coin is about 300 guilder.
Do we want to do this, or do you want to just get a pack and you'll fill up and just walk slowly?
You can hire people too if you want people for working for you. They have lots of different stuff for about 150 guilders per month. You get somebody to go out and take care of your horses and shit for you.
Never get a horse that just dies. Yeah, I don't want to bother with that.
Like our bicycle.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Do you know how to ride a bicycle?
No.
Not really, but
we keep buying them.
a little less bad about abandoning it.
You could, if you wanted to get a wagon, you could get a wagon. They also have costs for stagecoach, tombstones, yeah, land yacht.
Just walk.
What a
Fine.
buzzkill he is. All right. So you pick up a pack horse and you've got a bunch of supplies loaded on it. Tell you what, Matt, I'll just ask for a single animal handling roll for the trip. As long as you make it, everything's fine. Otherwise, I'll just have the horse die partway through.
I love the animals.
Do you have animal handling horse?
I do.
Oh, if
I'm already talking to it.
Oh, she's apparently made friends with it already, Alex.
Hi, Guy. I call the horse Guy.
You call it Die or Guy?
G.
Oh, got it. I didn't know how dark you were going there. Okay, no problem.
I shall name you Mucilage. No.
Glue Factory. No problem. Yeah, she's apparently really good at taking care of horses. Who the fuck knew? So,
I knew.
Okay. So you guys head out of Genovia. You're in the town of Melwicks. From here, you can either go to the River White Brook, which connects many of the cities. Or you can head along the western train route, or you can go on a different road. No trains, as villages are too small. I have no idea what's down there. It's some little road. Or you can go to the Great Scout Plains. Or there's a road that's labeled to go to a Freewood Mountain Pass. So there are many, many things that are completely unexplored here. Now, there is a train that you could take, although now it would be more expensive with a pack mule and stuff if you wanted to go south. That apparently goes to a place called Barter Town, which is just north of the Heminges Desert and the Gravehorn Salt Flats.
Yeah. Don't know if I really want to go to Barter Town.
Who runs Barter Town?
Who runs Barter Town?
So there
Probably
are many
Bargain
different things.
Man. I hear about him on the boards. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm. Which direction would you like to poke around in? You are warned that the dangerous one, the Scope Plains, is very tame. But in talking to people, the Freewood Mountain Pass, on this side of the pass, it should be okay, but it's a big military encampment. They're like, you probably want to steer clear of there unless you got business up there.
Is that the very small pass that can't? We don't know where it goes.
Actually, give me a research roll as you're talking to people.
No.
You can't find out where it goes.
No, but is that? I'm just saying, is that the one that they're saying to avoid?
Yes. The Freewood Mountain Pass is the one to avoid. They tell you it gets a little dangerous up there. You don't want to go that way.
Right.
Unless you're them weird adventurer types. All I know is all I need is my trusty rifle, my hatchet, and about 50 or 100 friends.
Well done.
Mm-hmm. They have telegraph poles and stuff set up here and there too.
Huh.
Civilization ends at Barter Town. Past Barter Town, you're into wild territory.
Any one particular one that you guys fancy?
and see what's on the plains.
No problem. Plains it is then. You guys head southish into the Great Cthulhu Plains. These are big farming places where they raise like turnips and herd animals and shit like that. Fortunately, you don't go through any of your food if you have more guilders that you don't mind spending, because there's a town about every fucking day. The train runs by here, and you guys begin working on crossing it. From here, it either goes to, or actually, it goes pretty much just down to Barter Town. You're told in the first village, like after one day of traveling by foot, you reach a little tavern and stuff where they're selling drinks and food and all that, and they have places to sleep. And you're told it'll take you 3 weeks to get down to Barter Town, or by train 2 days. If you're good with spending money and stuff, then you won't go through your food.
Yeah, well,
Essentially, it looks like this is the big breadbasket of the empire, so to speak.
Ask if there's anything on the way to Barter Town.
Pardon?
Ask if there's anything on the way to Barter Town.
No, it is dead fucking boring all the way to Barter Town. It's just small farming communities, pretty much.
Yeah. That sounds boring.
It is till you get to Barter Town. Barter Town, a lot of people go there, and sometimes even beyond if they're really brave. But you know, though, going beyond Barter Town is only for the most hardy of souls. But there are some people that have, and they've gone beyond, and some of them talk about it, make up stories. Some of them don't talk about, but the ones that come back often come back richer than kings. If you're good at merchanting.
Oh.
Merchanting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much just turnip fields from here till Barter Town.
Well, if we want to go to Barter Town, we might as well take the train.
so
Are you wanting to take the train then, you said?
Thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could go a different direction.
Yeah. They're like, well, the train's fairly expensive and whatnot.
how much?
Per person, it is, let's see, 24, 48, 90 guild. About 100 guilders per person for crowded seats.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a long way, and they don't make many stops. Only the bigger of the small hamlets get stopped at. For comfortable passage, let's see, it'd be about double that, a little bit more. And for you have your own butler is about triple that. Yeah. Of course, getting a pack animal on there, that's going to be around 100.
Magic work around here?
You want to rent a room and go try it, or you're asking somebody?
I'll ask Kinley.
He looks at you like,
Do what?
Does magic work around here?
I have no idea. Can't remember. I really don't know. You just try and see.
find a secluded spot.
You go out to the outhouse. You're sitting on the outhouse or inside of it on the toilet, looking at a spider, looking at you.
Spell the spider.
I guess the spell.
Give me a willpower times 1 roll.
Ooh. No.
No, magic doesn't work here.
I'll take a dump while I'm there.
All right. That felt good. There's no sink to wash your hands or anything like that now. And in fact, it looks like they've got pieces of newspaper and stuff torn into quarters and put on a nail.